these two. I've had a good life, these two. I've tried to make sure that they have a good life. I've tried to look after them as best I can, as best we can, me, Debbie, and my daughters. And they've been loved and cherished and all the rest of it as parts of the family. And the things that are happening to us now as humans, as people, we wouldn't dream of treating a dog like that, or any animal. We wouldn't poison our animals knowingly. We wouldn't spray the air that they fucking breathe. We certainly don't inject them with fuck all, folks, with nothing. Yeah? We certainly don't. We don't force them to take procedures. We don't want them tracked to be fucking traced. We don't want them depopulated. It's just the way it is. It's the way we are as people, as individuals, whatever. And yet there are entities out there that are doing that right now to us. Not just these, to all of us, to every living, breathing fucking thing. As they try and roll out this fourth industrial revolution into the digital age and the transhuman age. And people like us, we were all born with a straw man on the birth certificate, yeah? Now that's gone over to, and it's been a while now. Now we have this digital straw man now. This fucking, and we are the dead entity to that. Have a think about that. You're gonna have to do your research on that, folks. Look at all this lot here. Completely and utterly fucking profiled by these people that call themselves engineers, folks. Let's just see if I can get this to zoom out. Good grief. I don't know what's up with this bloody camera today, but it don't seem to want to perform. And then look at this milky white filling here, this background. This flat white shite, folks. And the more cloud that moves away from where the sun is, sun's about here, the more you can see it moving around into these frequent jettison lines. And they're here ready as the sun comes round, yeah, into all these lines here that I'm showing here. These will have widened out into shite like that now, just to block, to dim and trim the light fantastic, and to trip it into fucking spastic, as I keep saying, folks, because that's what they're doing. And all this stuff here, up in the air here. You look carefully, you can't miss it, folks. So we're just out having a walk, and I think, and recording this shit. And we're continuing to just do these videos, these little walk and talks of ours, as crappy as they are, in the hopes that we continue waking people to all these agendas, the jab agendas, the poison food agendas, the jettison shit. If you look on your big screen, or you can zoom in on your devices onto everything I'm showing here, folks, and you'll see it's a completely profiled, controlled demolition, like the fucking Twin Towers, folks. It's a controlled demolition. It's the construction of destruction of the light fantastic as they trip it into spastic. The uptake from the trees, from just some of these, the aluminium alone in these deposits, yeah? Just have a look. Causes the trees to dehydrate, and then they start feeding on the moisture in themselves, they dry out, and then the limbs just completely fucking come away, as I've shown you over the years here. For years here, certain times of the years, it's like we've had a tree apocalypse, folks. Oliver, how are you doing, lad? He knows his dad loves him, don't you? Ella? She knows I love her. I wouldn't harm an hair on these two. But there are people out there who would quite gladly see us all off, see our children off, make sure that our grandchildren are gone, make sure that we never have any more fucking children. Hence, this huge depopulation agenda. Just look at it, folks. Look at the shit around that sun. And already they've infilled here. Now, ready? And it just, if you look at it, it just turns into what looks like cloud. And it's not cloud. It's not moisture, it's not steam, it's not vapour. It's multifaceted. Nanodust. Ionizing, weaponizing the air. So that they can digitise the air and they can run data into and out of. So that they can track, trace and erase us, so they can steal our energies using the wireless body area networks, as I've told you, and the body to body area networks. And we're wondering why we've all fucking got no energy, folks. You have an aura, or you have your electricity. We're all electrical, folks. And that electricity, through all this stuff they're doing, is being harnessed. Yeah? Think about that. And anybody that thinks that global warming, as they call it, that the Earth's heating up, despite the fact temperatures have dropped or it's raining all the time, but it feels warm certain hours of the day, especially at night time when you're in bed, despite the fact it might be freezing outside. That's the radiation, folks. Yeah? And radiation at some point will be used to convince you that the Earth is warming up because you're fucking having these cold sweats. Now have a think about the logistics of a cold sweat, folks. Have a think about an hot sweat and a cold sweat. Have a think about what's causing these cold sweats, especially if you're not feverish. Yeah? If you're not ailing, if you're not detoxing, if your immune system's not ridding you from the toxins via your vomiting, your projectile diarrheaing, and etc., etc., your puke. But the majority of these sweats that we're getting and this hot sensations we're feeling is the radiation's gone up. Yeah. Now you can't feel the heat from the radiation like you can from the sun or from your fucking gas fire or your coal fire or your central heating, folks. This is a different kind of heat. You're being cooked like in the fucking microwave. And this goes beyond your routers in your properties now. It goes beyond the device in your hand. We're in a Wi-Fi environment now, folks. Whether you want to be or not, whether you've got a device or not, whether you've had these injectables or not, you're ingesting this nanoparticulate smart dust shit that contains the graphene that then makes us connectable to everything. And I haven't explained it all there, folks. There's too much to explain. But what I can explain, I do explain, and I think I explain it quite well. Put very, very simply, so anyone can understand it. And if you don't switch your routers off in the house at night, just have a think about this, yeah? Your router works on around about 2.5 gigahertz 2.4, yeah? And that's the same as if you've got your microwave cooking your food in the fucking microwave, yeah? Rotating the moisture molecules on their axis. which creates this kind of friction which then cooks and radiates the fucking food. But your router hasn't got a door. Right, yeah? So that router in your home and your smartphones and your smart meters and all the other appliances that you've got and leave switched on, folks, are doing the same thing. They're rotating the molecules in the moisture in the air. Yeah, they're cooking the air above you. Radiation in air, folks. Have a think about it. Millimeter waves, radar, lidar, chemtrails, smart dust, smart strings, smart fibres, smart bots, and drones, targeted to acquiring drones. The greatest weapon that these fuckers have in their arsenal. Yeah, and through the body, listen to this one, yeah? Through the body area networks, I reckon that we are being used as drones as well. Because not only are you talking to all those smart devices and them talking to you, data into you, data out to you, data out to you into them, and data back and fucking forwards, folks. But your wireless body area network connects to other people's body area network. So you've got a body to body area network. So you're transferring data from you into everyone around you and the same. Yeah. So we've all become the enemy of each other. We're all becoming the weapons against each other, yeah? Think about that. So drones are not just limited to these things that you can go and buy for a few £100 and fly them a fucking round. Oh, what the military have, these thousands of pounds ones. Yeah, the human species, even the animals now, with these body area networks, can be drones. And we can target each other, and we can acquire each other, and we can track and trace through each other. And we can cause each other to be fucking ill. We can cause harm to each other through these body-to-body area networks via the wireless body area networks. And then the computer-to-brain interfaces, folks. We are drones. We are drones, and they can control us through this technology that they've gotten inside of us now, folks. Through the electricity inside of us. The telemetry and the human augmentation means they can use us as drones. They can see through our fucking eyes, and they can project from us into other people and from them into us to create all kinds of fucking sickness and death, folks, as well as into all the smart appliances. And that is the truth. And like I say, all you've got to do, just as weird as it all sounds what I'm telling you, folks, if you just go on to a search engine, type in wireless body area networks, the W-ban, or the body to body area networks, the BB-ban, and the computer to brain interfaces, type in human augmentation, type it all them in individually, and then go on the images and just look at the images, and don't just click off and ponder on each image and look at what these images are showing you. And it makes sense. And then when it makes sense, you can't help but then want to read more about it and become fucking sickened by what you're finding out, folks. It's just unbelievable what has happened and what has taken place and what is to come. These people are at least 100 years in front of us with technology. Yeah, which is why they can throw a lot at us now and bamboozle us with it, like with the internet. It came from nowhere. Yeah, we know they had the internet probably 100 years before they give it to us. Same with mobile fucking phones and all that lot. They make sure that these people in control are one step ahead. These people, whoever they are in control, these entities, folks. And I'm not talking crap. And I urge anyone to just do their research. I've tried for years to try and hopefully save as many lives as possible. Now I realise that that's not possible. Now I realise that what is important going forward is that we record everything that's happening now for when it collapses, and then we've got a record of it that's not going to disappear for those yet to come in the future, who can then look back and say, yeah, because we can look back now and we can find out what happened in the 1800s and things, and further back, where we introduced radio waves that killed millions of people worldwide when that was switched on. And then we go into the 1920s, when and onwards, where 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G was introduced, and the death rates from off of that and the problems from off of that, up to now, to the 5G, 6G onwards, right? And if they're telling us that we've got 5G and we're going into 6G at some point in the next year or two, then believe me folks, they've got these gigahertz up into the thousands, maybe even into the millions, and fuck knows what they can do with it. But they always test this stuff out in the war zones first to see just how fucking good it is. Like with the glyphosate and the Roundup that was Agent Orange way back in the 60s in Vietnam, yeah? But you fast forward to now, folks, and they are using drones now to disable some of the world's most advanced super weapons. And a tiny fucking few £100 drone can drop a device onto, say, a £15 million tank or a £1 billion aeroplane, yeah? And disable it, blow the fucker to smithereens. Now just think what they can do now that they've augmented us into this digital system where they can control us digitally as if we are drones. And then you wonder why people go into schools and kill children, why they do certain fucking things that are not, and yet we're told it's all mental illness, folks. But all of what I'm telling you is an agenda, and it all connects. And they've got enough technology to throw even more at us all at once. And confusion now and bamboozlement is reigning supreme. Nobody knows what's fucking true anymore and what isn't, unless you do the deep research and you do the deep dive, folks. All you got to do, one of the most important documents to find is the NASA war document. NASA, yeah? The NASA war document. And if you can find a copy of that and read through that, you know, a lot of it explains what we've been through recently, the past 5 or 6 years. It explains what is expected to come up until 2050 and maybe beyond. But what they've got in their arsenal to throw at us in the fucking future, goodness knows, folks. Goodness knows what chemicals they'll be fucking spraying down on us. But anyway, I'm going to get these dogs back, get them out of this sun. And with this shot of the shit, shat from eye to shite, to blight more, much fucking more than the light of Kidgey Knox. Come on, Nelly. Just about make the back of my house out down there. And we are moving within the next 3-4 months. I'm confident now that we've found the right person for our property. And we're all packed up and ready to move one final time. Look at that fucking lot, folks. Look at the fucking state of it. Look at it all. Look at G-Yacht. Right, come on, lad.